Abba. You can dance having the time of your life. The frenzy began at the Sydney Air Terminal, and it won't ever ease up. Frida Lyngstad recalls her acknowledgement on that Sunday night that Abba was venturing into something the Abba had never knowledgeable about. Its 4 years on the world stage, complete dedication, some of the time startling commitment. Getting out of the airplane to the cheering and acclaim, and every one of the loads up with messages of adoration from individuals. It resembled an energy infusion which is a real sense never quit during the entire visit, she says. The appearance was set apart by wheeziness and discussion. The air terminal group was so large and riotous, specialists deserted and arranged Meet the Fans second. The band modelled for news picture takers and afterward was gone. It was strange, truly dreamlike, says Wright. It was a crowd scene, the madness, all things considered. Marie Halling, brought out from Sweden to be responsible for the band's closet, saw the scene from behind. It was insane, it resembled Eminence or the Pope or something. The Sydney Morning Herald's first page the following day pronounced, pop group's fans waited in vain. The second stuck in Nicole Kidman's psyche. Discussing the advantages and disadvantages of acclaim in a 2001 meeting with the Baltimore Sun, she said, I was at an air terminal as a child when Abba came, and they just strolled directly past. It's ideal to get out and shake individuals' hands and sign a couple of signatures. It doesn't cost you much. Kidman clearly stored up resentment when the film Mamma Mia won Best Musical at Britain's National Movie Awards in 2008. She introduced the honour to Bjorn Ulvaeus, who had considered Kidman for the lead part in the film prior to giving the gig to Meryl Streep. Of the 4 musicians, Lyngstad cherished visiting and playing out the most. Interestingly, Agnetha Foltskog for the most part loathed it. At a flooding public interview at Sydney's Sibel House the morning after Abba's appearance, Foltskog talked about being on visit and awakening and not understanding what country she was in. A long time later, she said of the Australian visit, there was fever, there was panic, there were applauses, there were sweat-soaked, fixated swarms. At times it was terrible. I felt as though they would get hold of me and I'd never move away again. Foltskog even great-humouredly suffered inquiries concerning her bass, which the European media had initiated the hottest derriere in pop. Melbourne radio star Greg Evans, on the Abba trail for 3's raised the theme in the interest of the Australian media. How would I know? She joked. In any case, it was Frida Lyngstad who started the greatest quarrel of the Sydney visit, when the band's first show at the Sydney Showgrounds on March 3 was nearly deserted notwithstanding a persistent tempest. The field went to mud. Michael Chugg, the visiting director managing everything for advertiser Paul Dainty, needed to clear the Sibel House out of towels to wipe down the overwhelmed stage. It was extremely near being dropped, he says. Yet, they played in the downpour, and the crowd turned up in the downpour, they just totally cherished it. The show should go on, and go on it did, even after Lyngstad took a sensational tumble on the wet stage. I was fortunate not to hurt myself, she reviews. I think the surprising fall stressed the team more, abandoning stage attempting to wipe the floor with masses of towels. Indeed, even our director, Stick Anderson, was on his knees assisting. You shouldn't be available to know about Frida's fall. Julia Zemiro, presently Australia's central mediator of the Eurovision Song Contest, was going to the subsequent Sydney show the following evening. Frida was in every one of the papers the following morning, all the high-contrast photographs having slipped over, she reviews. Zemiro says her number one memory of her experience, as a 9-year-old, was only the energy of everyone adoring them. They were a young band and with fresh music, and they had a voice that we all liked to listen to. Abba will be remembered for their style of music and the way they performed on stage with energy. Thank you, Abba. you.